Very soon, Kendrick Lamar is about to press that button in hip hop, the one that only he can push after what has felt like an eternity of waiting. Playboi Carti is finally holding up his word and dropping his highly anticipated new album, I Am Music. And as wild as the hype was before his rollout, just got way more insane. Why? Because it's now confirmed Kendrick Lamar will be featured on this album. Yes, you heard that right, Kendrick Lamar is officially on Carti's I Am Music. And from the early rumblings in the industry and even whispers from people close to Drake's camp, it's clear that something major is about to go down. There's real fear in the air about what Kendrick is about to unleash, and for us, as fans, this is shaping up to be one of the most iconic moments hip-hop has seen in a long time. But before we dive any deeper, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Helps me out a ton. Now back to the madness. This feature from Kendrick Lamar is set to be his first musical release of 2025 following his brief appearance at the Super Bowl. The pressure and spotlight on this record couldn't be greater, with I Am Music already being one of the most hyped albums in recent memory. Kendrick's inclusion takes things to a completely new level. The table is set for a moment that could genuinely shake the foundation of the culture. So how did we even find out Kendrick was on this thing? Well, there were a few early signs. Some fans, myself included, started suspecting that Carti had gamma-changing feature lined up. Industry insider AQ had been spending a lot of time with Carti behind the scenes previewing unreleased tracks from the album AQ. Confirmed that the project includes collaborations with heavy hitters like The Weed, Travis Scott, Future, and more. But then came the twist. AQ said there was one feature so big, so next level, that he literally couldn't reveal who it was. Think about that. If you're comfortable name-dropping The Weed and Travis, but you have to hide one name, then that's not just another Alistair, that's someone bigger. And realistically, there are only two artists in hip-hop right now whose names you need to keep secret like that: Kendrick Lamar or Drake. No one else commands that level of mystery and impact. And soon enough, the mystery started to unravel. It was AQ, but someone else closely connected to the scene, Kirko, who ended up putting it out there directly. Kendrick Lamar is in fact a guest on I Am Music. That's when everything clicked. Kendrick isn't just dropping a verse. This is strategic, this is chess. He's aligning himself with Carti, one of the most influential and unpredictable figures in modern rap, and entering the conversation in a way that can completely shift the energy in hip-hop, especially considering the lingering tension and quiet shots between Kendrick and Drake. The timing couldn't be more perfect. It's almost poetic. This is just another call it, it's a move. And when Kendrick makes a move, the whole culture watches, so strap in, because what we're about to witness might just be one of those rare array-defining moments that changes everything. Even on its own, the rumors surrounding this Kendrick Lamar and Playboi Carti collab were enough to send the internet into a frenzy. But when Kirko, the same person who correctly leaked the release timing of I Am Music before anyone else confirmed Kendrick's feature, it became clear this isn't speculation, this is real, and the sources behind it have been spoken. Every time, that alone gives the rumor serious weight, especially considering how tight-lipped the industry has been about Carti's project. When the idea of Kendrick and Carti on the same track started to gain traction, the reaction was immediate shock, disbelief, excitement. It just felt surreal. No matter where you stand in hip-hop, everyone had to take a second and realize how wild this moment actually is. Kendrick Lamar, the artist known for depth, lyricism, and introspection, teaming up with Carti, the king of chaos, mystery, and energy. It's the type of matchup that feels impossible until it actually happens. During a conversation about Carti's album, H was live when he saw Kirko's post and basically had no choice but to acknowledge it. He said straight up, yes, Kendrick is the secret feature. And from the way he said it, visible frustration. It was clear this wasn't just news. This was a game-changing moment. H even admitted that this feature was what he had been alluding to earlier, but didn't want to reveal, not because it wasn't credible, but because it would put Kendrick back at the center of the rap conversation. Again, that's the part that's telling. Even those who lean toward Drake's side of the current rap divide are dreading this drop. And that says everything. Axe practically admitted it. Kendrick is going to have a lot to say on this track. And if that's the case, it's not going to be good for anyone trying to hold on to the current balance of power in hip-hop for Drake's camp. And anyone who's not on Kendrick's side, this is a problem. What's wild is how unexpected the collab feels. On paper, Carti and Kendrick seem like total opposites musically, but this isn't coming out of nowhere. There have been rumors for months that they linked up, possibly even shot a music video. And looking at the bigger picture, it starts to make perfect sense. Kendrick Lamar isn't just a rapper anymore. He's positioning himself as the leader of hip-hop culture and even the broader music industry. He's not just preserving his legacy, he's expanding it. This is how you push a genre forward. This is how you lead, whether it's Gene and XTV off or squabble up. Kendrick has made it clear that his foot is firmly on the gas, and he's not letting up anytime soon, despite already having a historic run in 2025 with tracks like Luther Not Like Us and TV Off sitting near the top of the Billboard Hot 100. Kendrick and slowing down. In fact, he's about to add another heavyweight to the list. This Playboi Carti feature might just be the next one, and even more than that, it has the potential to be a moment A like that level event kind of track that changes the conversation overnight. When you combine the mystery of Carti, the voice of a generation, and Kendrick, and the current state of hip-hop, you're looking at a cultural earthquake, something bigger than numbers, something legendary. With the way everything is unfolding in hip-hop right now, this moment isn't just about a single track, it's about the beginning of a brand new chapter, not just for Kendrick Lamar, but for the entire genre. And when you look a little deeper, this surprising collaboration between Kendrick and Playboi Carti starts to make more sense. Both artists are actually tied to the same label system, Kendrick, through playing and his past ties to TDE, and Carti with his situation under Interscope. It's all in the same family. That shared label infrastructure made this collaboration not only possible, but also strategically sound. It's not just a cool feature, it's a moment years in making, one that holds real weight within the industry. This track isn't just hype, it's a symbol, a turning point, a declaration of where hip-hop is headed next. And right now, some figures of the space like academics seem nervous about what this record might bring. Others are simply in disbelief. No one can predict how this track will sound, which only builds the anticipation. The energy surrounding I Am Music Carti's upcoming album is growing by the day, and now with Kendrick confirmed as a feature, it's gone into a different stratosphere entirely from what we already know. Carti has lined up an all-star roster: Travis Scott, The Weed, Future, Metro Boomin, Mike Dean, and possibly more. There are strong parallels here. We don't trust you, especially considering the tension brewing between the Kendrick and Drake camps. Except now, instead of a subtle jab or cryptic bar, Kendrick is stepping into Carti's world, and that alone makes the stakes sky high. Carti, while not a lyrical rapper in the traditional sense, has always been able to shift culture through energy, aesthetics, and innovation. But this time around, the message behind the music might be just as important as the sound itself. It's going to be very interesting to see what kind of statement this record makes, especially considering that not all the collaborators on I Am Music are aligned with Kendrick. Some, in fact, clearly side with Drake. That contrast sets the stage for something much bigger than just music. It's a reflection of the current divide in hip-hop. One side built on artistry, integrity, and long-term impact, and the other desperately clinging to numbers and algorithms. As it stands, I Am Music is shaping up to be the biggest album release of the year without question. From sales to streams to cultural relevance, Carti was already set to dominate, but now with Kendrick on board, it might just obliterate the competition, especially Drake's latest effort, For All the Dogs Scary Hours edition, which has already started to slide off the charts despite a major rollout. Let's be real, Kendrick's G&X project, with fewer tracks and way less promo, is still outperforming Drake's latest drop. And once Carti's album, rumored to be 25 tracks deep, arrives with Kendrick in the mix, the numbers and cultural impact are going to speak volumes. Drake's single Noia has already been struggling to hold its spot near the top 10, while Kendrick continues to dominate with hits like Luther Not Like Us and TV Off. With these new Carti tracks, especially the one with Kendrick Drake, is likely to fall further off than we've ever seen before. And in the end, I Am Music won't just be a major moment for Playboi Carti. It'll mark the definitive failure of Drake's latest album cycle. This is more than an album. This is a statement. When you really take a step back and look at everything happening in hip-hop right now, from the tension between Kendrick Lamar and Drake to the Super Bowl and its ripple effects to Drake's current decline and Playboi Carti's mysterious rollout, it becomes clear I Am Music isn't just another album. It's a cultural shift in real time. There is no other rap project right now that could carry this level of anticipation, chaos, and significance. Not even if you tried to dream one of Carti's return alone had fans on edge. But now, with the confirmed Kendrick Lamar featured, this album just evolved into something much bigger. Symbolically, it's starting to feel like a spiritual successor to We Don't Trust You. That album defined a moment. But now we're witnessing what happens when the dust settles a year later. We're seeing who stood tall and who started to fade. And with everything now revolving around Carti and Kendrick, the future is starting to look a lot clearer. Carti's I Am Music was already poised to be massive based on the music alone. The hype, the leaks, the snippets, and the surprise features had people talking. But now, with Kendrick Lamar stepping into the mix, this isn't just hype anymore, it's history in the making. And that's exactly why people like DJ Academics are so visibly worried. He's been hinting at it nonstop. But the truth is, he's scared of what Kendrick's about to do on this track. If Kendrick starts this album off with a statement verse, if he uses this moment to speak directly to the culture, the landscape of hip-hop is about to change again. This feature could set the tone not just for the album, but for the entire year in rap. We're in one of the most exciting moments hip-hop As seen in a long time, there's uncertainty, yes, but there's also electricity, that feeling that something legendary is about to happen, a Kendrick and Cardi collab, something no one could have predicted, yet now that it's real, it feels like destiny. It's the kind of pairing that could go left or create one of the most important tracks of this generation. So with all that said, I want to hear from you. What do you think this song is going to sound like? What do you expect from Kendrick's verse? Drop your predictions below, because honestly, none of us can say for sure, and that's what makes it so thrilling. This might be the most unpredictable and intriguing collab since Kendrick dropped like that, and if you've been following Kendrick's current run with songs like Luther Not Like Us and TV Off, then you already know whatever he's about to do next is going to top what he's done before. That's the standard he's holding himself to right now, and I truly believe this could end up being Kendrick Lamar's best feature verse in years, maybe even the best verse of the year period. The bar is that high and keeps clearing it every time. So if you made it this far, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps a ton. And if you want to stay locked in with everything going on around this new Carti album and Kendrick's involvement, make sure you don't miss a single update, because hip hop is about to explode and you're going to want to be right here when it does. And speaking of things heating up, if you want to see how one of rap's biggest industry plants and might have just ended his own career with that weak response to Tyler, the creator, check out the suggested video right here.